There is a persistent cultural myth that the peak of human joy is reserved exclusively for the energetic and the young. We are told that vitality is found in the frantic rush of new beginnings, the adrenaline of having it all, and the boundless horizon of the future. But what if this narrative is fundamentally flawed? What if the most vibrant, emotionally rich chapters of life aren't written in our 20s, but are actually authored after we cross the threshold of 60? Global psychological insights are unveiling a fascinating trend. As we age, we don't just grow older, we often grow substantially happier. This isn't the fleeting, noisy excitement of youth, but a profound, steady-state contentment, a soulful satisfaction that younger generations, caught in the web of achievement, often find elusive. Today we're peeling back the curtain on the specific internal shifts that allow seniors to outpace their younger counterparts in the pursuit of genuine well-being. If you've passed that 60-year milestone, you might find that you're already practicing these secrets without even realizing it. Before we dive into this exploration of the silver lining of aging, please consider subscribing to Health Vibe, your sanctuary for sophisticated, respectful insights into the dignity and brilliance of life after 60. Let's begin by looking at the first habit, the art of selective indifference. In the spring of life, we are often held hostage by the tyranny of should. We feel a desperate need to perform, to compete in the social arena, and to stack our lives with external markers of success. Young people are frequently drowning in the noise of comparison and the weight of everyone else's expectations. However, as we age, we gain a superpower, the ability to distinguish between a temporary storm and a true crisis. Seniors begin to trim the mental fat of their lives, realizing that not every conflict requires their attendance. This isn't about being passive, it's about being protective of your energy. By shedding the need to impress the world, many seniors reclaim a massive amount of cognitive space, replacing social anxiety with a quiet, unshakable self-assurance. The second habit involves a shift toward micro-delights. Younger people tend to hunt for happiness in the macro, the big promotion, the exotic vacation, or the next major purchase. These are spikes of joy, but they are often followed by a rapid return to a baseline of stress. Seniors, conversely, often cultivate a refined palate for the ordinary. They find a durable, reliable happiness in the texture of a slow morning, the specific aroma of a brewing pot of tea, or the simple geometry of shadows on a garden path. This isn't just settling, it's a sophisticated recalibration of the senses. By finding the extraordinary within the ordinary, they bypass the exhaustion of the more, faster, better cycle, anchoring their happiness in things that the world cannot take away. This leads directly into the third habit, emotional buoyancy. In our earlier years, a single setback can feel like a shipwreck. Emotions are high-tide events, volatile, overwhelming, and often dictating our every move. But with the passage of decades comes a specialized form of wisdom called emotional regulation. Seniors become masters of the inner pause. They've seen enough cycles of life to know that this too shall pass. Instead of reacting with immediate friction to a disagreement or a delay, they respond with a seasoned patience. This emotional shock absorber protects their nervous system and their relationships, creating a lifestyle defined by equanimity rather than turbulence. The fourth habit is the pruning of the social garden. While youth is often characterized by networking, a wide, shallow net of acquaintances and social obligations, the senior years are defined by curation. There is a deliberate move away from high-maintenance friendships and toward soul work. Seniors prioritize the people who offer depth, history, and genuine resonance. This transition from quantity to quality isn't about being closed off. It's about realizing that a few deep roots are far more nourishing than a field of weeds. This intentional intimacy creates a support system that is emotionally resilient, leaving them feeling more connected and less lonely than a young person surrounded by 1,000 digital friends. The fifth habit is the practice of living via the lens of appreciation. Having witnessed the full spectrum of life, the gains and the inevitable losses, seniors possess a perspective that youth simply hasn't earned yet. They understand the fragile beauty of now. This isn't just saying thank you, it's a radical shift in focus. While the world is obsessed with what is missing, seniors are often focused on what remains. Gratitude becomes a default setting rather than a holiday exercise. A comfortable chair, a clear mind, or the laughter of a friend becomes a source of deep, resonant power. This habit turns every day into a quiet celebration of survival and presence. Sixth, we see the beauty of defying the clock. The modern world is built on a frantic tempo, a race against the sun that leaves the young feeling perennially behind. Many seniors, however, have opted out of the rat race. They embrace a slower frequency. This isn't about being unproductive, it's about being intentional. It's the difference between rushing through a meal and actually tasting the ingredients. By slowing down, they begin to truly inhabit their time rather than just spending it. This unhurried pace acts as a natural balm for the soul, allowing for deeper conversations and more thoughtful reflection. Finally, the most transformative habit of all is radical acceptance. Younger generations are often at war with reality, frustrated that life isn't conforming to their ideal blueprint. Seniors have learned the secret of surrendering the need for total control. They accept that life is a complex tapestry of light and shadow, joy and grief. This isn't defeat, it's the ultimate form of resilience. By stopping the fight against what is, they find a stable peace that isn't dependent on perfect circumstances. They don't just age, they evolve into a version of themselves that is grounded, authentic, and remarkably free. So, the next time someone tries to sell you the idea that the best years are behind you, remember that wisdom is the ultimate upgrade. Many seniors aren't just enduring time, they are mastering the art of living well. Thank you for joining us here at Health Vibe, where we celebrate the elegance and independence of the seasoned life. If these words touched a chord, stay with us by subscribing, and let's continue to explore how life truly does get richer as we grow.